Welcome back. Right now we're going to talk about business some more with the one and only Liz O'Kane. Let's take a look at our recent conversation.
Today we are going to focus on equitable entrepreneurship and how e-commerce has helped empower women through the pandemic and beyond. October is National Women's Small Business Month, and here to talk with us about this is military veteran and owner of the eBay store, Colorado Reworn, Liz O'Kane. Liz, thanks for being here today. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about the pandemic disruptions and the impact it's had on women.
Yeah, so the pandemic has hit so many families in so many different ways, and it's become pretty clear that women have been disproportionately impacted. In talking to my family and friends, I found that the women in my circle were being let go from their jobs, or they had to choose to sacrifice their jobs to take care of their family. At home, there was a lot of lifestyle changes, having to homeschool the kids and just taking on this bigger household burden than they were doing pre-pandemic.
What are some ways women were able to quickly adapt to this disruption?
So a lot of women that I know have turned to e-commerce, from women who have never sold anything online before to women who were running successful brick and mortar stores. They had to pivot, shut their doors, and go turn to online selling 100%. In fact, eBay conducted a survey and research report detailing their findings, and it found that more than 80% of women who were new to eBay or they increased their selling as a result of the pandemic, they did so because they lost their job, they had a reduction of income, there was an illness, a loss of childcare, or they simply couldn't find childcare or some other hardship.
Aside from easing economic strain, what are some other benefits e-commerce has brought women during the pandemic?
So I've heard it echoed so many times this past year and a half. Flexibility is so important to women. eBay is a 24/7 global operation, and we can work on our businesses whenever it suits our needs. There's no schedule. We can work as little or as much as we want, and we are our own bosses. In that report that I just mentioned, more than half of the sellers surveyed, they indicated that flexibility and being their own boss was an important benefit of selling on eBay.
And tell us how you became your own boss.
Yeah, so I retired from the Air Force after 23 years, and I was just looking for a career that offered flexibility to spend time with my family, and I really loved the idea of being my own boss. In 2002, I gave birth to my second son, and while on maternity leave, I found this site called eBay. I decided to give it a try. I sold my maternity clothes, and I loved that it put that extra money in my family's pocket. And from that point on, I was hooked. Whenever I wanted some extra money for vacations, holidays, put a little bit of extra cash in our pockets, I would work on the weekends and list and ship items and earn that extra income. So fast forward to when I retired in 2016, I knew that this is what I needed to be doing full time. Again, it just offered me that flexibility and ownership I was looking for. And I kind of already knew the ropes. So over the last 5 years, I feel like I've kind of mastered eBay, and I've been able to expand my business on up to 9 different marketplaces.
And where can we go for more information about all of this?
Yeah, so I encourage everybody to go online and go to ebay.com/seller center for more information.
Well, thank you so much, Liz, for joining us today. I really appreciate this important discussion about how e-commerce is helping empower women like yourself and bridging inequalities in entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.